been a busy morning so far. I'm about to head over to Lamb's supermarket to pick up a few things. First, I'm just toasting a few slices of my homemade sourdough bread to eat with some of my husband's homemade cream cheese. Looks delicious. I made bagels like a few minutes ago, but I accidentally burnt them to a crisp. It was so crunchy, and so I'm doing sourdough now. I feel like this one is a lot easier to heat up without burning. And I need to hurry up because it's almost lunchtime and I need to pick up some more rice noodles or rice sticks for chicken noodle soup that we're eating, the leftovers from last night's dinner. So one of them is for my husband, one of them is for me. I love adding everything bagel on mine. Okay, let me take him his, just real quick. That crunch is lovely. I would love this with some coffee right now, but because I'm going to the store, I know it's probably gonna hit me once I get there. So I'm gonna hold off until I get back. Time to head off to the store. There's a lot to do today. I always pick these up. Look at all the peppers that they have. Oh, they even have shishito peppers. Blistered shishitos would be amazing. They don't have the flat, oh, they do have the flat cabbage. Taiwan cabbage. Should I pick one of these up?
No.
The round one?
Yep.
But it's because that one just looks so beautiful. Oyster mushrooms.
Mommy.
Yeah, those are cherry tomatoes. Look at that daikon radish. Oh, and then this is a different variety. This is the Korean daikon. Wow. I need to learn how to make kimchi. While I'm here, I am going to pick up some coconut milk because we use this so much for the ice cream. And this is my favorite brand, Diaries. So I'm going to pick up maybe like 3 cans or so. And this is the coconut cream that I get. It's $2.29. Coconut cream powder. I wonder what this is used for. Coconut milk powder. Oh look, they have soursop. Canned soursop. One thing I really love about this store is how much variety they have. Like, look at all of the jackfruit that they have. I like mine in water, not in brine. Diaries and brine. Oh, right here. And it's $2.59. Young green jackfruit and water. And these are the rice sticks that we need for the chicken noodle soup. The 3 Ladies brand, and they have different sizes. There's some that are that size. These are just a little bit skinnier. My husband wants to make some homemade ramen, so I'm trying to find a good noodle. Ooh, and I also need to get stuff for jjajangmyeon, black bean sauce noodles. Now I'm looking for the sauce for black bean noodles, but I can't find it anywhere. I'm pretty sure they've got to carry it, but they're restocking everything, so I might not be looking in the right spot. I found the black bean paste. It's right here. Okay, I think we're ready for checkout. Okay, and we're back. That was actually not that bad. I wanted to take like 30 minutes max, and I took, I took like 35 minutes. There was several things that I didn't know where they were, so it took me a little longer to find them. But overall, not too bad. not too shabby. Now it's time to go back home because we need to eat lunch. And I have a lot of cleaning to do and a lot of editing to do as well. I had a video that I was almost done editing, but then I just wasn't happy with the footage and I'm starting over. And it's also getting really, really warm. It's January and January is supposed to be like one of the coldest months here in the low desert, and it's really, really warm right now. Like it's gonna be in the, I think it was gonna be in the high 60s or low 70s the next few days. So winter came and left way faster than we wanted to, or at least way faster than I wanted it to. Some of my trees haven't even gone dormant yet and winter's already gone. So anyways, I'll see you when I'm back home. The first thing we bought was this baby bok choy. I don't think that's the exact name for it. It's something else, but I buy it at Lamb's or Lidl supermarket because it's the cheapest there. It's really fresh, it's at a great price, and I struggle to find these anywhere else. So I always pick them up whenever I go. And we use that for things like ramen, stir fries, any sort of noodle that goes into. And my husband has been saying he wants to make ramen, like homemade ramen. So I picked up oyster mushrooms because I thought that'd be a really cool one for him to try out. Or I could just make something with it. And then I also picked up the king pin mushroom. This one is the one that I like to use for pozole, but when you shred it, you can just replace it. You can use it as a substitute for anything that you would use shredded chicken for. Or at least that's the way I like to use it. And for $3.99, you can't go wrong. Young green jackfruit in water is my go-to. They also sell some in brine, but I like the one in water because it doesn't have that briny aftertaste. And this I like using for tinga, tamales. I use this in. I'm not gonna make tamales right now because that's just way too time consuming. But tinga I've been craving, and I wanted to try out this brand, Dragonfly, because the one that I buy usually comes in a green can. I also grabbed some coconut cream and coconut milk. And these I like using for ice cream. And I make ice cream every single week ever since we got that ice cream machine. And I'm running low, so I needed to stock up because today I'm going to be making strawberry ice cream for my kids. And I've been craving black bean noodles for the longest time. I believe it's pronounced jjajangmyeon. I might be wrong. But black bean noodles. And it took me a while to find the black bean paste because I didn't know where in the store it was. But it was in the refrigerated section, which made me really happy because I've been craving this for so long. My mouth is watering. And then I saw some shishito peppers. I grow these in the garden, and these, when you blister them, are so delicious, and I can't really find them anywhere else. So I figured Lamb's was the perfect spot, and it was $1.50 for all of these. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's such a good price. And then for the fresh ramen that my husband's gonna make, I picked up some fresh somen noodles. These were in the refrigerated section, so I'm gonna put these in the fridge right away. But then I also picked up Chinese style dried noodle, and these are medium cut. I got these because they're just like in a bigger package. I've made ramen before, like years and years and years ago, but the dough is very dry and takes forever to work with. And maybe I'll try again someday, but that was really difficult. Lately I've been watching a lot of videos of people making hand-pulled noodles, so that's something that I want to try for my family. Okay, I also picked up black bean sauce noodles. Then I picked up a bag of peeled mung bean, and the reason I picked this one up is because Just Egg has been out of stock at my local Walmart. And my local Fry's has some, but they sell it for like double the price. It is so expensive. It's like $8 for a bottle, when usually I used to pay like $3 something, and then it went up to $4 something. And then I was like, let me try and figure out how to make it myself. So I've looked up a few recipes, and I'm going to just toss things in a blender and see what comes out. But I picked up some mung beans, and these were like under $2 for the bag, so that's way more cost effective if it does work. Did I pick up the right size? I think I did, right? Anyways, I picked up some rice noodles for my husband's chicken noodle soup, and we're actually gonna open one of these up right now to eat for lunch. So that was basically the haul. Now I need to put everything away.
Along comes Louisa holding a shiny new book.
I had to switch over to my glasses. And then also I switched into comfier clothes because outside it's a little bit fresher. It's not cold though, it's just fresh, and inside of the house it's really warm. You guys, the cats have the zoomies right now because I haven't gone out to the garden, so they haven't gone out to the garden, which means that they're getting a little crazy inside the house right now. Came outside just for a little bit, just to get some fresh air and also to check on the garden. I wanted to come out here to plant some seeds, but I'm supposed to be inside cleaning right now. I have too much to do, though I do want to be out here. Serendipity is still quite messy, but it looks a lot better than it did the other day. And it's pretty sunny out here right now. So I've just been coming out here to take the leaves off of my peach trees. Any of my deciduous trees that have already gone dormant, I want to remove the leaves from. Just to encourage them to go fully dormant, so that hopefully they give us some very nice fruit. And I'm just letting all the leaves fall on the floor, and I'll come out here to leaf blow as soon as I can. These are the seeds that I sowed a few days ago, so I'm going to come through and water them in, just to make sure that they germinate properly. Oh, these little onions need to be transplanted. I was supposed to do it a long time ago, but I didn't get around to it yet. I also really wanted to check on these oranges. They're not ready yet, but hopefully soon. Oh, I can't wait to try them. This is the Cara Cara variety. And look how pretty and vibrant those are. These are the Valencia orange, and they're definitely not ready. I need to leave in 5 minutes again to go pick up one of my babies. But before I do, I'm going to start some sourdough bread, because we're down to 1 loaf, and I want to make sure that I have enough for the rest of the week for my kids. So I'm going to try and do it in here because this one has a top. Look, I bought it at Lamb's, and I think this would be perfect for sourdough. Okay, so let me go get my ink. The recipe that I like to use comes from Farmhouse on Boone. Okay, and it's her sourdough artisan bread. So 2 cups of active starter.
Hi, neighbor.
1.
We're decorating a cake for Neighbor Day.
I think I have just enough starter. And 2. One, 2.5 cups. Next, I'm gonna do 6 cups of flour. So now that I have my starter and this in there, I'm gonna take my whisk. This is my Danish whisk, and then 6 cups. 1, 2. I'm just gonna bring it together roughly, and then I need to leave. That's what my dough looks like. Now I can just cover it. Ooh. aside for 30 minutes.
Close your eyes. Here I am.
Be back.
You found all of us. Let's keep playing.
It's been 30 minutes. Now I can uncover my dough, and I need about 2.5 teaspoons. And I like using sea salt, so I keep the top on it, and then I crack however much I think I need. You see? So 2.5 teaspoons. I think that should be good. Then with wet hands, I start to mix all that in. Now I'm gonna cover it again, and I'm gonna leave it alone for an hour. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day editing, but before I go do that, I'm gonna load up the dishwasher again. It looks like there's a ton of dishes. There's really not. Most of them are these jars that I had in my spice shelves, but I'm gonna wash them and then store them because I wanted to make room for other bulk foods that we have. Stretch my dough because it's been about an hour, and I need to go edit. Look at all that gluten. Look at that stretch. Oh, this is gonna be some good bread. We recently bought aguacates or avocados, so I want to make my kids some avocado toast later this week. Seriously, this thing's pretty amazing. Usually I use a wet kitchen towel, a wet clean kitchen towel, and then I have to keep re-wetting it kind of frequently to keep the dough from drying out, but this works so good. Okay, now I set my timer for another 30 minutes. I'm not gonna film the rest of the stretch and pulls because I'm gonna be busy working and I'm gonna have to be coming back and forth, and I usually try and do it as quickly as possible. But I'll show you the portion where I get to like roll the loaves out and put them into the Banneton baskets. That'll be later tonight though. It's now dinner time, and my husband made guac
Yummy.
for tofu tacos. Some seasoned tofu, and then this marinated cabbage to go on top. It's really, really good.
You like tomato?
I love tomato.
Does yours have tomato?
That habanero sauce is pretty spicy. It is really, really good though. Just definitely spicy. So before I make the bread, I'm gonna make the strawberry ice cream. Now I need to mash them up. Well, this was the coconut cream. take a look at this beauty. I could let it keep going and stiffen up just a little bit longer. And I might do that. This one is so good. This one is my kid's favorite. I've tried making pecan ice cream, walnut ice cream, chocolate with nuts, a different strawberry flavor where I just prepared the strawberries differently, and this one is their favorite. I need to have this one in stock at all times because they all love it. I don't blame them because I love it too. It tastes really, really yummy. You know, the coconut and the strawberry. Oh, it's so... I guess that one goes for the taste tester. Hold on, before it melts. Hold on. Wait for me. As you can see, it's already at the very top and there's still a little bit more in the bowl. But I can't fit any more in here. So I'm gonna pop this into the freezer and then I'm gonna make myself a cone with whatever's left. Yep. These are the mini ones, okay? I bought them after buying the jumbo ones previously, and I feel like for my kids, the mini ones just work better because it's not too much ice cream. Whatever gets left behind, because the ice cream thingy is still very cold and keeps it frozen for a little bit longer. And it's a lot more like ready to go because it's all the way at the bottom. And I'm using a spatula, number one, so I don't get anything else dirty. But number two, because I don't really want to scratch up the bowl. It's perfectly sweet. Not too sweet. You can taste all of the fresh strawberry. Did you guys ever watch America's Test Kitchen? I don't know if it still comes on Channel 8, but when I was a kid, that was probably my favorite cooking show to watch of all time. I loved the Test Kitchen. I was obsessed with like hearing and seeing what the winning kitchen tools would be and whatever categories they were testing. Oh, I loved it. So when we were debating on which ice cream maker to buy, my husband wanted to get a model that's a little bit more expensive than this one. I think it's like a newer model of the Cuisinart ice maker or ice cream maker. And I wanted this one, not only because it was cheaper, but I saw that it had a lot more reviews. But what really sold me on it was seeing it on America's Test Kitchen on YouTube. They were comparing different ice makers. Why do I keep saying ice makers? Ice cream makers. Some were like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and you don't need to put those in the freezer, so they're kind of like for the counter, but they freeze themselves, you know? So that was out of the question because number one, I didn't want something that would be really, really big because I didn't want it to take up too much room in the kitchen. And two, I didn't want to spend that much money on an ice cream maker. When it came down to it, this is the one that they chose. And so that's the one that I chose too. Because I was influenced, and I have not regretted it, not a single day since. We have made so many batches of ice cream. It's ridiculous at this point how much ice cream we've made. If I were to just choose one favorite kitchen gadget, just because it's my favorite, not because it's like the most useful or handy, then it would be this one. Because I think it's really cute. It works really well. It's only meant for one thing, and I know that, but the thing that it's meant for, it does really well. And of course, there's like a bunch of other kitchen stuff that I need, like a toaster and a blender and all that, but this was just beautiful.